I had to jump on him. I had to take it. Oh, of course they have more. Shit. Alright, someone had to have. Oh, fuck! Ammo! No! Okay. I'm running. Woo! Hey, friend! Thank God for this flamethrower. I never figured this would be useful for anything but the infected, you know? Okay. Where are you at, friend? Gotcha. Okay. Now I have to debate whether or not I want to choke him out, save some ammunition, or just shoot him in his stupid dumb face. I'm gonna do that. It's faster that way. Oh, but he didn't have anything on him. Shit. Maybe I should have saved it. Well, I got everybody. So that's a heavy bonus. God. I'm handling this better than I handled it on hard, that's for sure. Okay. Do I have anything useful? Not really. Oh, right! I still have my hatchets! Good! Is that? Oh, just supplements. Actually, you know what? I need that for crafting speed. Boom. Of course, the other thing I can make is a smoke bomb. But I guess a smoke bomb's not so bad, especially against these guys. I put it down, keep myself covered as I run straight at them with the flamethrower. Hey, hey. That might be a good idea. Or I can shoot them with an assault rifle. Alright, let's get a move on. Oh boy.
What the fuck was that?
Burn! Ow, shit! No, come on! There we go. I had to jump on him, but not the right angle. That was a shame. Now I guess the question is, do I want a Molotov or a medkit? I'll take a medkit. I don't need a Molotov at this point. Because I have a flamethrower, which is like a handheld Molotov. Oh, Jesus! Hey, friend! Do you know where I am? 'Cause, what if I'm behind you? Or on the ceiling? That works too. Assault rifles, man. Does he have anything on him? Yes! See, that's all I've wanted in life. Do it with an assault rifle, gives me assault rifle ammo. Do it with a shotgun, gives me shotgun ammo. Simple, right? Even if it's one bullet. Alright, is that everything down here? I think it is. We're heading on up. Dude, I don't think if there was anybody downstairs, they would still be coming up through that particular floor. Oh, they barricaded that one. But I guess, you know, it's just to be safe. Oh yeah, look at that. They have to go all the way around just to get up here now. Perfect. We're on the surgery floor. Although if I were them, I would have been covering this, this access point a little bit easier, or a little bit better than this. They know there's gunfire and shit. They know bad things are happening down below. But, you know, whatever. Just leave the door alone.
It's 5:30 p.m. on April 28th. I just finished speaking, more like yelling at our head surgeon. Apparently, there's no way to extricate the parasite without eliminating the host. Fancy way of saying we gotta kill the fucking kid. And now they're asking for my go-ahead. The tests just keep getting harder and harder, don't they? I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. And I just want this to end. So be it.
God. You know, I guess I can relate to that. I can relate to just being so tired. Or rather, like, having exhaustion fuel my bad choices. It's just like, no, I don't want to do this. I'm too tired. You know, I've gotten into some serious fights because I'm tired. And, yeah. She's probably dealt with a lot. But I think it's bullshit for her to say that, you know, we haven't dealt with anything along the levels that she has. Because what the fuck does she know, right? She left me and Ellie and Tess to do things, and I came here without Tess. What do you think happened? She just fucking backed off for a bit? No. Did I get... I guess that must have been a rag. I thought it was like a note. Alright. Do I have any pistol ammo? Negative. Do I have any shotgun ammo? I do, actually. Good. Well, if I ever need it, I'll be there. I gotta be cautious. I don't know where the enemies are on this floor. But I have a flamethrower, so if they're too close, boom, they're dead. Oh, I want to run. Okay, what is even the point of, like, spray painting these? Wouldn't that technically be, like, contamination anyways? You just spray it, it's got fumes and shit on there. There's no need for it. You guys know you're Firefly. God. Let's see. March 15th. We finally crossed the Utah border. In a couple of days, we'll be back with the others. Today, the crew was in much better spirits. I've been worried about their morale since Greg and Tanya's passing last week. It's good to hear them laughing again. Robin came up to me and said, "Thanks for watching over us, Marlene. It was a small gesture, but I needed it." March 23rd. Ellie never made it. We arrived at the hospital. There was much celebration, at least from the others. I guess they're happy to see their old friends. We haven't seen some of these guys in over 10 years. After they told me the news, I couldn't eat. I couldn't talk to anyone. I should be grateful just to be alive, but right now I just want to shut my eyes for a bit. They look at me and I know they're thinking, or I know what they're thinking, that we're a bunch of incompetent grunts. What was I supposed to do? I thought I was gonna die. My men were being hunted by the entire Boston battalion. I had to get her out of the city. How was I supposed to know the Firefly escorts were already dead? God damn it. I panicked. In the end, I healed pretty damn quickly, and my men were more capable than I gave them credit for. More than a handful survived the armor's attack. I should have kept her with me. Instead, I handed off to a couple of smugglers. I failed you, Anna. I failed all of us. I am an incompetent grunt. April 25th. I can't stand talking to any of them. I don't think I can take the stairs any longer. No way I can stay here. So, well, let's see. So, that was from March 24th. So, a month passed by. And then she's like, oh shit, they're all looking at us. April 28th. One of our scouts just radioed in. He spotted an older man and a young girl entering the tunnel by the bus terminal. He thinks she might have had red hair, but he's not sure. What if it's her? Stop doing this, Marlene. The recon squad's about to head out. I'm gonna go join them. April 28th. When you're lost in the darkness, look for the light. She's alive. They're running the test on her now. I can't tell if I'm excited, scared, or just nervous. All I know is my hands won't stop shaking. Dude, she has lost it. She is stressed way the hell out. I guess I don't know. I mean, yeah, to be fair, she knew the kid since she was born. But look at this. She's gonna sacrifice her?
I'm coming, Ellie.
Okay. Well, at least we know where they are. Right around the corner. That's a lot of them, too. I can't get across the door very easily. But I guess when they're facing away, that's when I go across.
Oh shit! You see that?
You saw nothing!
Holy shit! Did you see that?
I'm just gonna keep fucking with them. Here, have a bottle!
Who the fuck? I'll look around. You guys, go check over there.
And now I'll get the jump on them. Thank God they've got flashlights to let me know exactly where they are at all times. Alright. I don't know how effective my revolver will be, but I can at least get a couple of kills. Or no kills. At all. Wow, okay, that sucked. Ah! I don't think so. I don't know why they do that kind of thing. They fucking try to attack me. Well, I mean, I understand why they're trying to attack me, but fucking running at me in close range? No, you have assault rifles and armor. Keep that distance, man. I made an awful mistake. Jesus. Okay. Woo-hoo! Woo, yeah. Okay, I got away. That's what matters. Shoot.
Spread out!
I really desperately need supplies. If I can get behind them and grab one.
Son of a...
Oh, no! Shit! I messed up! I fucked up! I think I'm gonna die.
Damn it.
Okay, alright. I need to kill. I need to murder them. I need to survive. Shit! Was there a guy behind me? Oh, yes, there was. Hey, shotgun man! Damn it! Oh, why couldn't he just shoot it around the corner? How far back am I now? Okay, that's not so bad. Jesus Christ, that was something intense. Ooh. Ooh, Jesus Christ. The levels of intense shenanigans are definitely increasing. That's for sure. Take this, thank you very much. Oh, shit! No! God damn it. The only way I was gonna get that guy is if I was able to close in the distance, but I just couldn't. Okay. Let's see if I have anything in my El Diablo. Nope, not a single one. Fuck. Whoa, buddy! I know your friend's in trouble here, but you don't have to reinforce him like that. Shit. Go on, pop out your head. There we go. Got him. Maybe I should go another way. Go investigate the noise. Never look behind you, though. Damn. This is a chokehold if I've ever fucking seen one. And by that I mean a choke point.
You won't get out of here. You do know that.
Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here with Ellie. And I'm gonna need your ammo. So if you have any, give it to me. No? You selfish asshole. You guys just want to save the world. Have you ever thought about how I feel about things? Huh? I bet not. Fine. I can throw a smoke bomb.
What you got? Nothing. You see anything? I'll check out this area. You guys, go check over there.
Make another one too. Okay. I'm sorry. I guess the smoke had a little bit of smoke in it. Or something to make more smoke. aka fire on your body. And here goes another one. Did I get him? I didn't. What a shame. And they still keep popping his head back up. Why am I not fucking hitting this guy? I mean, I guess he wants to be flame broiled. I can do that. Oh, shit! Thank God! He almost got me. He almost fucking got me after all of that effort. Oh, shit. That would have sucked. I mean, granted, I had the realization of being able to use my smoke bombs. Finally. But, goddamn. I kept trying to shoot his head through the smoke. And it wasn't letting me do it. So I was like, okay, well, maybe he's an idiot. Maybe he'll never pop his head out. And when I fucking get here, boom, pops his head out and shoots me. Prick. Oh, I hope that was the last bit of him.
That should buy me some time.
Is that it? Is that the room? Oh, hey, another recorder.
Hey, Anna. It's been a while since we spoke. I just gave the okay to proceed with the surgery. I really doubt I had much of a choice. Asking me was more of a formality. I need you to know that I've kept my promise all these years. Despite everything that I was in charge of, I looked after her. I would have done anything for her, and at times Here's a chance to save us. All of us. This is what we were after. What you were after. They asked me to kill the smuggler. I'm not about to kill the one man in this facility that might understand the weight of this choice. Maybe he can forgive me. Oh, I miss you, Anna. Your daughter will be with you soon.
No, no. You can't be forgiven just because you're a little bit sad about something. Alright? Oh, I'm sad that I got your daughter's dead and she's saving the world. Sorry. Nope. I can never forgive you about it. I'm gonna make sure these guys know about it as well. Oh, no, you don't.
Sweet Jesus.
Doctor? What are you doing in here? I won't let you take her. This is our future. Think of all the lives we'll save. Don't come any closer. I mean it.
Get out of here!
You fucking animal!
Carrie, shut the hell up.
Yeah, Carrie. Shut the hell up!
Just take the girl and leave, okay?
I can't. You'll follow me. Oh, Ellie, it's gonna be alright. Don't worry. Okay? How do I turn this off? Just unplug it. I mean, I wanted to do it safely.
I got you.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
Okay. Listen, I know I burned them and all that, but I did it for a reason. Oh, jeez.
I got you.
They have working alarms in this place?
Come on.
I guess that's good for them. Oh, no. I gotta hug the corners. Oh, not that way.
We're okay. We're okay.
Just keep going over here. Hey, a working elevator! Fantastic! Oh, boy.
Said get back! Stop!
I don't even know what floor to go to.
You can't save her. Even if you get her out of here, then what? How long before she's torn to pieces by a pack of clickers? That is, if she hasn't been raped and murdered first.
It ain't for you to decide.
It's what she'd want.
Did you ask her?
And you know it. Look. You can still do the right thing here. She won't feel anything.
I can't say the same for you, but at least we got out of there with Ellie. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we're supposed to figure that he didn't do it for a bit.
What the hell am I wearing?
Just take it easy. Drugs are still wearing off.
What happened?
We found the fireflies. Turns out there's a whole lot more like you, Ellie. People that are immune. There's dozens, actually. Ain't done a damn
damn bit of good neither. They've stopped looking for a cure. I'm taking us home. I'm sorry.
Wait! Let me go. Please.
You just come after her.
Whew. Joel's cold-blooded. But surprisingly also warm-blooded.
Looks like we're walking.
That's not so bad. Looks like Jackson City, or wherever this place is called, is
Should be a straight
right
shot
here.
through here.
All right.
It's actually kind of pretty, ain't it?
Yeah.
Look for the light. Oh, hey, all right.
Now watch your head going through.
I got it.
Feeling my age now. Don't think I ever told you, but Sarah and I used to take hikes like this. I think the two of you would have been good friends. I think you really would have liked it. I know she'd have liked you.
I bet I would have.
Yeah, but now she'd be an old person. She'd be like 30. Ooh. And they still have electricity, by the looks of it.
Just a little bit further now.
Let's just hope we don't get shot on sight. Like, hey, you're not coming in through the front door. What the hell? Jeez. Okay. Joel, we need you to reach down.
There. I got you.
There you go.
All right, come on.
Hey, wait. Back in Boston? Back when I was bitten? I wasn't alone. My best friend was there. And she got bit too. We didn't know what to do. So, she says, let's just wait it out. You know, we can be all poetic and just lose our minds together. I'm still waiting for my turn.
Ellie.
Her name was Riley, and she was the first to die. And then it was Tess. And then Sam.
None of that is on you.
You don't understand.
I struggled for a long time with surviving. And you... No matter what, you keep finding something to fight for. Now, I know that's not what you want to hear right now.
Swear
but
to
it's-
me. Swear to me that everything that you've said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
Okay?
And with that, I guess that's the end of The Last of Us. Again. Boy, it is always an experience. It is always an experience going through this game. And you know, I don't agree with Neil Druckmann, the writer dude. The writer dude, in one of the a panel that he was on, said that his interpretation of what he wrote Ellie to be saying there, when she said okay, his interpretation was that she realized that Joel wasn't a person that she would trust, and that she would try her best to, you know, escape from him. And I'm like, no, if you wanted to write it like that, you should have done a lot more than just, okay. It just, I don't know, I can see Ellie just kind of, and it's not like, you know, I burned everyone over there, and I killed a lot of the Fireflies. They're not going to be able to search for any kind of cure now. You know? Joel said, fuck you, humanity. I want Ellie to survive. And I can understand that. He's not really being a hero. He's being selfish, you know? And like, he had that little slight action where, you know, he's kind of saying how you have to find something to live for. He kind of touched his watch a little bit, which means he was thinking of Sarah a little bit, you know? That's his little memento, to think of Sarah. And he's definitely got that connection where he just feels like Ellie is a connection. I do think that Joel is a bit crazy. I definitely don't think that he's a supremely sane person with the way he conducted all of that. But he just had no choice. Yeah? No. But I enjoyed going through that again. You know? I think I still had the same problems I had with it the first time around. With the whole, definitely, I don't know, like a lot of the things I have a problem with The Last of Us are mostly nitpicks. So that's okay, right? The game is great on its own. I think the remaster is a little bit, you know, a little bit of a meh. But let me back up and let's talk about this. So I think The Last of Us, when I played through it the first time, amazing experience. When I played through it this time, still an amazing experience. It is a well-crafted game, a well-crafted story, and I wish there was more to it. I wish that there was a few more hours, you know, a little bit more story and all those kinds of things. It was great. I load up the main menu of the game, and I kind of just get washed over with feelings, like just kind of thinking back over all the things that end up happening. You know, the music in this game is great. Everything is, like I said, just well crafted together. The combat is this really intense thing where as you're going through the game, you're kind of learning how to survive as well in terms of dealing with these situations. Granted, some of these situations, the way you end up surviving them are really gamey. You know, very much trying to abuse the AI, you know, to get items for free, or to deal with enemies in a cheesy kind of way. But, you know, it's this experience where, even on hard mode, it's this experience where you're kind of struggling through these fights, you're trying to make sure that you're not getting seen and shot up a whole bunch. You know, and that's a different experience than from Uncharted, right? Like, but when I first played The Last of Us, I hadn't played through the entire Uncharted series. I had played Uncharted 1, I had played Uncharted 2, but that was like way into the past, right? Like around 2009 kind of things. But last year, you know, I did Let's Plays of Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, got to experience that. And you can kind of see definitely where that combat evolved into what The Last of Us was. And it's different, you know? I see people bash on The Last of Us, and it annoys me because I feel like they're bashing on it for no real good reason. People say that The Last of Us is a generic third-person shooter, and that's not really true. Because a generic third-person shooter would be like Gears of War, this cover-based thing where you're slapping onto wall to wall, and it's just kind of a constant shooting fest, and you can take shitloads of damage, but it's not like that at all. Even on hard mode, even on normal mode, if you just sit up and keep on trying to fire enemies, you're gonna get hit by them. You're gonna take a lot of damage. And that's when you're dealing with humans. When you're dealing with the infected, you know, the other part of the gunplay comes into play where, you know, your shots aren't that steady. And the way that they move, you can't nail down the headshots to instantly take them out. So a lot of times, either you're gonna be wasting a lot of bullets into their bodies, or you're gonna have to try and frantically shoot out their heads. And, you know, that ends up, you miss a lot. Even when you have the weapon sway completely gone, that's not going to stop the infected from having twitchy movements, you know? And so I think that the argument that The Last of Us is a generic third-person shooter, that's stupid. It is definitely a third-person shooter, and it definitely has a lot of elements from various different third-person shooters. But I wouldn't say it's a generic one. You know, you have the crafting system, you have the general loot system. I do think the loot system was annoying. I really hate that you kill a guy with a gun and you don't get any bullets at all. It's so stupid. It doesn't make sense, right? I can play something like Metro 2033 or Metro Last Light on the hardest difficulty, and if I kill a guy, I can walk up to his corpse, grab his gun, and at least get 1 or 2 bullets, right? And that's what I feel like every enemy who had a gun should have given me that shit. But, you know, that's a small nitpick. But yeah, no, it's really intense. And there are also people who say that The Last of Us was, you know, just a cinematic experience. And that doesn't make sense to me, because it is an 18-hour game, and about 2 hours of it are cutscenes. And that's a really high ratio of gameplay versus cutscenes. A lot of games have like half the game is cutscenes. But The Last of Us actually does a lot of its storytelling through walking around the environment, through the characters interacting in that kind of way. When you're going through the places, you're going through all these different environments, whole bunch of different scenarios and things like that, and they never really feel completely unnecessary. Although, with that said, you know, even though I like a whole bunch of it, I think the story's well paced, I think the game looks fantastic, it looks even better on the PlayStation 4, running at 60 FPS. There wasn't like drastic changes, but I definitely, you know, definitely The Last of Us feels like it belongs on the PlayStation 4. It is the best game on the next gen consoles right now, and that's just a fact. It is really great. It's one of the best games on the last gen consoles as well, for a reason, right? But I still have problems with the game. I still have problems with The Last of Us, and I can kind of fully say them. The story. Now, the story is definitely not incredibly original, but it is well executed. It is these long story arcs where you actually go through a majority of them before the end. You know, it's not like a 10 to 20 minute mission. It's an hour to 2 hours to 3 hours of going through these places and having characters. And my problem with that is that in the end, a lot of these segments end off in really terrible ways. And I don't mean in like, oh man, that was so terrible, oh, my emotions are rot. No, they're not. And that's precisely the problem. I frowned at bad things happening, but I didn't, like, the only thing to ever fully impact me in The Last of Us was Sarah's death. And that was it. And that was because, you know, that was that frantic situation, things are happening, and Sarah gets shot, and it's awful, oh no, but that same, like, you know, and this fucking soldier dude just straight up shoots you without any kind of conflict, and I was okay with that because shit's going down. It's the beginning of the apocalypse, it's the beginning of the zombie Cordyceps apocalypse, and You know, fine, whatever. The military don't want people who are just kind of randomly off to the side who might have gotten bitten to survive. Okay. And we see Sarah die, and it's this really sad thing, the way that she dies. And it's like, oh, no, don't die. I liked you for like a few minutes we knew you. And then everybody else just continues to die in really just ways. Tess gets bit the first time we really run into the infected in like a super close range situation when they're away from us for a bit. Oh, she got bit, and then she just dies. I didn't feel sad for her. We barely knew her. You know? And that's the general theme with everybody. We barely knew them. Sam and Henry? I frowned at Sam and Henry's death because it was kind of sad. But I barely knew them. They weren't around long enough. We had an arc with them, and then they died. And it's just every single time we had an arc, and then something bad would happen, and then we jump a gap. We wouldn't see how the characters dealt with their emotions. You know? It just felt like, in terms of the story, in terms of the way that they tried to construct the story, they're like, okay, here's what's going to happen. We're going to have these really well-constructed arcs where we have character development with all these people, and you're going to start to, you know, feel connected to them, and then we're going to do something, and they're going to die. We're going to kill Sam and Henry off at the same time. We're going to kill Tess off before you ever really start. You know, as soon as you find the Firefly things, well, turns out she's got to die, so that way Joel can be convinced to keep on going without him. You know? We don't see any connection. It's just, And I can understand where they can be coming from with that. It's definitely something where you can go, alright, it's a tragic story. Nothing really goes well. But when everything goes awful, that's just, I saw someone describe it as misery porn on Twitter. And now I think the rest of their opinions are shitty. You know, they're in that band of people who just, it's a generic third-person shooter. No. But definitely, it is definitely misery porn. It is definitely, you go in and you're driving through a town and whoops, you're getting ambushed by a group of hunters who kill everybody who comes into the city. Okay, you escape from them. Oh, looks like your friend that helped you escape through there got bit, and he's dead. Oh, and his brother can't handle it, killed himself right then and there too. Whoop, and we jump to the new gap. In fact, the only arc that really didn't have bad shit happening in it was maybe Tommy's Dam? Right? We go through Tommy's Dam, and we go, alright, you know what, we're gonna continue going with you, Ellie. And that was, I think, one of the better story arc things, where, you know, it's just, we had the conflict of interest, and boom, there we go. Now, I'm not saying that there should never be tragedy in a story. I just figure that, you know, if you're gonna do it, make sure that we have like an hour or two extra with these characters to really fully develop. Imagine, I mean, if I had 2 arcs with Tess, 2 arcs with Sam and Henry, rather than 1 each, I think I would have been fully more connected. We could have seen more of Tess and more of their general history, because it's kind of implied that she and Joel had a thing, but that's about it. She just kind of goes, Joel, you gotta go, man, alright? We don't see any, it's just nothing. So, yeah. And then at the end, it's like, oh, well, we can't get the cure from her without slicing up her brain and killing her. It's just, come on. Give us a break, because at this point, it's not, it's like in Call of Duty. And I'm really going into this because, like, the last time, you know, I was kind of a little bit short-handed because I just gave my general thoughts. But now that I've played through it again, I can give more of my thoughts. So I'm doing this rambling thing. Now, one thing to know, I am going to go play the Left Behind thing, but that's a little bit beyond here. But it's kind of like Call of Duty, where in Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare, there's a nuke. Spoilers. A nuke goes off, and we crash land in a helicopter. Our helicopter crash lands, everyone's dead, and we crawl out as our character, and there's just destruction around us everywhere. We can see the mushroom cloud in the distance, our character's limping around, and then he just falls and dies. And when this happened, This was the first time in a Call of Duty game, or at least this was the first time where it really majorly happened, where you're a character and they die, and you're like, oh shit, that was kind of deep-ish. And then every single Call of Duty game afterwards had a tragic fucking thing happen in it. And it's a gimmick. It's a bad story gimmick to just say, and then they died. The end. We're moving on. And it's more emphasized. It's worse in The Last of Us because then we just do a gap. You know? It's like if you were watching a TV show and you watched an episode and a bad thing happened in it and it ended on a cliffhanger. And then you skipped 3 episodes to the next arc, or to a completely different arc. And that's just that. You don't know anything about what happened in between. You just go, well, and then they got to that place. Shit happened in between there, but apparently nothing. Nothing at all. And it's just, I don't know. It's ridiculous. It's not something, it's really nitpicky of me, and that's how come I'm not marking off The Last of Us in terms of, like, grade. I'm not going to say that The Last of Us doesn't deserve a 10 out of 10, because I do think it was a really well-constructed experience. I think it could have been better. I think we could have had, you know, a 20-hour game rather than an 18-hour game, a 22-hour game rather than an 18-hour game, just to have a little bit more character development. Now, obviously, you know, I'm pretty sure that The Last of Us had a lot of things cut out. It's like BioShock Infinite, where, you know, there's probably shitloads of things there, but there just wasn't that much. And in fact, that's how I felt about BioShock Infinite as well. There just wasn't, you know, it was a fun and great experience, but there just wasn't as much as there should have been in the end, you know? I mean, they might as well have gone the full mile, but what they released was, and is, definitely one of the best games to come out of the last generation. And it's definitely currently one of the best games on the next generation consoles as well. You know, I'm playing on the PlayStation 4, and it is an okay remastering. Now, okay, let's get off of The Last of Us itself. Basically, to sum up my thoughts, I had a lot of fun with The Last of Us. I think there could have been a lot more with it. But for what it is right now, it is a 10 out of 10 experience. It is not a perfect game. And I don't believe in perfect games. I just believe in really, really fun and really, really enjoyable games. Those are the things that I give 10s out of 10s. If I have a lot of grievances, then I give it like an 8 out of 10. But with The Last of Us, it's kind of either my nitpicky stuff, where like where we can't get ammo off of people who had guns, or something like, you know, there are a lot of areas where we're looking around and we find 0 of anything. Even on hard mode, we would have that, and it's just like, I'm slowly walking around for 5 to 10 minutes at a time, and you're not giving me anything? That sucks. But that's nitpicky. And even the story thing, that's nitpicky. It's a great game on its own. But moving beyond that, in terms of the remastered version. Now, the remastered version, you know, before I played it, I got to see some of the comparisons. Someone did a really, really well-constructed comparison of The Last of Us on the PlayStation 3 versus the PlayStation 4. And you have the obvious things which are to be given for a remastery. It's 1080p rather than some crappy 720p or below 720p resolution. It has anti-aliasing in a lot of places. The trees don't look absolutely garbage because of it. Everything has anti-aliasing generally, and so it looks good. You know, and it runs at 60 FPS, which, while you can't see it through YouTube yet, because they don't have the 60 FPS option for everybody, they're experimenting, and it's a bit untimely, but eventually they'll do 60 FPS. But at 60 FPS, this game was great. I think that might have also been able to help out in my reaction with things, you know? 60 FPS just allows you to react to things faster than what you would have with 30. It doesn't, like, drastically, it doesn't, like, double your reaction time, but it definitely goes, oh, that guy's running at me, and you flick your thing up, and you go shoot him, and boom, you land a headshot, because it's 60 FPS, whereas at 30 FPS, you would have been like, you would have been very slowly trying to drag it up there, and just, 30 FPS isn't bad, but definitely, you know, I enjoy 60 FPS, and I'm glad that they were able to do that. Now, there was also an option where you could, where you could limit it to 30 FPS, and if you limited it to 30 FPS, it would turn on better shadows, and you can see it in the background when I do it. You can see how the shadows go from like having these jagged edges to being a little bit more, a little better. They're a little bit smoother. But oh god, I can also see, you can see it so easily. When you do this, you can see the background when it goes from 60 FPS to 30 FPS. If you were actually launching this and you were playing it yourself, you'd just be like, oh god, no, don't want to do that. It is not worth it. Better shadows does not make it worth it. But no, in terms of remastered, I think the remastered version is actually a bit disappointing. And the reason I say that is because I think that the remastered version was a really great opportunity to at least make some tweaks to some of the systems, or at least make it so that you have more options for it. And I say this because, like, you know, you can start a new game and you can start it, you know, Survivor, Grounded, whatever, and it's cool, right? You start Grounded, you have no HUD, you can check your inventory still, but you've got no HUD generally, and that's cool. Survivor, they get rid of your ability to use listen mode, whatever. But when you go in your options, you can still do things like disable your HUD. But that's when you start realizing, wait, I can disable my HUD, but I literally cannot check my inventory at all when I do that. That's why I try to play Survivor mode with the HUD off, because I figured that at the very least, some of the other elements would still be there, right? You can check how many parts you have, you can check what you're crafting, but you can't check how many bullets you have in a gun. And that's stupid. And that's really dumb. I feel like they could have done something to add there where you could look in there, or at least when you're looking your backpack, no matter what, the thing would pop up. And I would have loved to have done that on Survivor. You know, I also would have loved if there was custom difficulties, you know, where I could play with grounded difficulty and take that much damage, you know, take the 3 times more damage, but also make it so maybe I could find more items. So I could play grounded and still have the danger of getting hurt really badly, but have the ability to, you know, get a lot of supplies, use a whole bunch of, you know, Molotovs or explosives and things like that. And that would have been cool. And, you know, if I hadn't seen the stuff for like the Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light Redux things, where they did do that, where they drastically changed the gameplay in a whole bunch of different areas to give you options, I wouldn't be saying this. But yeah, no, like with Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light, you can play Metro 2033 and have options that make it play like Metro Last Light. You can play Metro Last Light and have options that make it play like Metro 2033. Those are things that exist in their Redux versions. And that's a smaller company than Naughty Dog's. They have less resources, and within like a year, they just pumped out, or within like a couple of years, maybe a year, they pumped out a really, really solid Redux. Now, obviously, it hasn't come out yet as of me recording this, but I think Naughty Dog's could have done something like that. Now, that's just nitpicky, but it is disappointing. I do think that the PlayStation 4, the remastered version, is the definitive version at this time, version of The Last of Us to play. Never get the PlayStation 3 version. Just never get it. Get the PlayStation 4. Play it at 60 FPS, have all the DLC maps, you know, have a whole bunch of the DLC things from the get-go, you know, like the Left Behind and things like that. But do know that, you know, you're pretty much just getting The Last of Us again. And that's not bad. But if you're getting it again and you're not someone who super duper cares, there's not much there for you. I enjoyed The Last of Us a lot, and so I was able to enjoy it again really quickly. But I know a lot of people who they would have been like, they would have just stopped playing in the first hour. Because there's not much different. There's nothing different in the story. There's nothing different in the way it plays out. It's just 60 FPS. Slightly looks better. That's it. But I'm going to end off here. I've been ranting for a little bit. I just wanted to get all my thoughts out there. I didn't really get every single thought out there, because it's not like I'm writing these things down. I just I have like a general list in my mind of things that I want to say, and I probably forgot some of them. But I'm going to end off here. I am going to do the Left Behind DLC as well after this, even though I played it like 5 months ago. Even though it did come out in like February and I played it then. But we finished The Last of Us, and I enjoyed going through there again. You know, and they're making a movie. I doubt the movie is going to be good in comparison to the game. The game, like I said, it's not just a generic third-person shooter, and it's not just a movie. You know, it could have just been a movie. No, it's not. It's a solid game. And I think anyone that disagrees, you know, there are points that can be made. Like the whole misery porn thing, I agree with that. I think that there are way too many things in the story where just bad shit happens because the writer said so, and not because, you know, realistically that's what people would have done. And that angers me, because I want an apocalypse that says, okay, here are believable characters, and here are believable scenarios. Not just here are believable characters, and now here are fucking assholes. That's just the world. Just a bunch of assholes. I don't know. If you've gone to Walmart, you can see that there are plenty of nice people, and also plenty of assholes. But there's a big difference in the ratio between nice people and dicks. The Last of Us never shows that. But I'm gonna end off here. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed going through there again. Obviously, you know, I really doubt that I can give myself justice in the way that I was able to experience the game for the first time. Blind Let's Plays are amazing. To just go through the game completely and just be enamored by everything. Whereas this time it's just like me enjoying the general gameplay and everything, even though I knew everything that was going to end up happening. Mostly. There were a couple of parts that did catch me by surprise because I'd forgotten them. That's because I'm a little bit forgetful. But thanks for watching this Let's Play. I am going to do Left Behind DLC. So I will see you guys either then, or I'll see you guys in the next Let's Play. See you later.